That damage assessment team is going to be, again, a 3-person team, a team leader, a scribe, and a radio communicator. Their goal is to determine how bad it is. They are the eyes and ears for the staging area. They're providing the situational awareness. They're the ones reporting in the incidents, the situational awareness items. They need to know, they need to let you know so you can decide at staging what resources do I need to assign and where do they need to go. And unless you have that damage assessment done, you're not going to know. The fire department, right after an earthquake, will do what's called a windshield assessment. They will drive their first in area. They will find out how bad it is. They will literally drive by a burning building because they don't know what's worse beyond it. And we're emulating that as CERT. We're trying to find out how bad it is so that we can then send the resources to the correct place. It's important to tell your damage assessment teams, don't get sucked into the incident. You need to complete the assessment. If you stop at the first incident you encounter and you spend 2 hours there, you never accomplished your mission. You never got that damage assessment done. The staging area has no idea what's worse beyond that first incident. It could be it's a scared kid who's all alone and doesn't want you to leave. It could be someone who's severely injured and needs immediate medical attention. That could be your first incident. Your second incident, which you never got to, could be a mass casualty incident. Multiple people injured, multiple kids lost, whatever. But you don't know because you got sucked in on that first incident. I will continue harping on this throughout the trainings that we do. If you don't have radios, that first incident is the first thing you're dealing with, because you can't go out a mile and report in all the incidents. So you have to do what you have available with the resources you have available to you. But if you have the radios, this damage assessment team component needs to utilize them and needs to get that information to the staging area. So what happens when you encounter a medical incident when you're a damage assessment team? Well, first of all, your radio operator should be reporting it in before you even tell them to. Get that incident number recorded and then tell the staging area you're going to provide them with more information. Second thing you're going to be doing, aside from scene safety, making sure it's safe to actually go near this incident, is triage. How many victims and how bad are they? Update the staging area. I have an update on this incident number that you assigned me 5 minutes ago. I now have 5 injured minors or children. 2 are immediate, 2 are delayed, and 1 is a walking wounded. Stabilize them. If you can stabilize any life-threatening threats, you give your staging area time to get a medical response team out to you to save them. But again, you don't want to get stuck there. You don't want to get sucked in. People will die, and it's unfortunate. But again, if you get stuck at the very first incident, you don't know how many people you could have helped down the road that you never got to. When you're stabilizing, identify any life-threatening threats, and this is where that medical training is going to come in. Stop any severe bleeding, reposition any airways so that you encourage people to be able to breathe on their own, and treat for shock. You can do that as a damage assessment team. It's the bare minimum you can do to allow them time to get a medical response team to you. Hopefully, that will be fairly soon. Again, if the damage assessment team does not complete the damage assessment, the staging area will not know how bad it is. They will not get a complete picture, and they don't know where to send resources to. I hope that's clear.